Coach Gordon said, you're going to take on some debt, but probably going to knock that out before too long. But, you know, our game's the greatest in the world. No offense, Coach. I know you're a football guy, but ours is,
Yes.
in my opinion, the greatest game. And if you can do something to help you get on a college campus that'll help make your life better, then I love it.
Yeah. No, I do enjoy baseball, and I encourage our guys at Shawnee Mission East that play for us, to, hey, go do something in the winter and go do something in the spring, whether that be baseball or track or whatever sport that may be. But, just go do something, because sports, and it doesn't matter what sport it is, there's valuable lessons to be learned through that.
100%.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Coach Stoll, I know you said Cape was canceling. I know the Mink is thinking about if they can getting a season in where they use local talent, alumni, stuff like that. So tell Devin if he's looking for a place to play this summer. I'm sure Coach Johnny Coy down there with the Mustangs would love to have him.
I'll pass it along.
Yeah, I'm ready to see some live sports. I'm sure you guys are too. But have you heard anything about any of these smaller leagues? I know we talked about MLB earlier, but about maybe a possible opening date or anything for any of these smaller leagues?
I haven't heard anything. I'm interested about minor league baseball right now. I talked to one of my former players who plays in the Nationals organization, and he said that they haven't heard anything. He's planning on maybe going to Australia if their season gets canceled. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we've during some of these Zooms, I've been asking these former players, and then we actually have had a couple Zooms with some minor league coaches with our coaching staff, and I think I think a lot of them are anticipating minor league baseball altogether being shut down, and maybe just going to their spring training facilities, maybe having everybody. One scenario I heard was everybody will be at your spring training facility, similar to the actual spring training, and then just playing the leagues at the sites and not going to their affiliate towns. Like, the Northwest League has teams all over Washington and Oregon, and everybody's just going to stay either in Florida and Arizona and play. But who knows? I mean, that was speculation on their part. It's funny, you talk to these kids and these coaches. I mean, there's about every time you talk to somebody, there's a new scenario. I think they're all trying to stay as positive as possible, but I think they're setting themselves. They kind of know there's a chance it might be canceled altogether.
Well, hopefully it gets something done, and hopefully the time passes quick enough to where we get to live sports or going again. Moving on from sports, we do have a very important question for both of you guys, and we'll start with Coach Gordon. Kansas City barbecue, what's the best?
Man, that is a tough question.
You gotta pick. Don't do that. Don't do that politically correct stuff. You gotta pick one, man.
LC's.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good choice.
Do it, Will.
LC's is not my go-to. There's a small place out in Leavenworth, Kansas, that I go to. Just Leavenworth barbecue place. I think it's the best barbecue that's available. I can't even tell you what it's called.
What's the go-to dish?
Oh, the ribs. Oh, full rack.
Full rack of ribs. Very nice. Yeah, I'd say LC's is a good choice. What's the go-to there?
I'm a big burnt ends guy. Big burnt ends guy.
What was that?
Burnt ends.
Oh, burnt ends. Gotcha.
Give me some burnt ends. Yeah.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with a lot of stuff. I was gonna say, I'm glad you guys didn't say anything like Famous Dave's or anything like that. That's actually kind of grounds to not being invited back to the show. So thank you for not saying that.
You bet. No chains. No chains.
I bought some Famous Dave sauce the other day.
That's okay, I guess. That's all right. As far as sauces go, I like Night of Living sauce at Joe's is really, really good. Jack Stack sauce, really good for me too. So yeah, we always like to put that out there, and I always like to make a little note in case somebody gives me a place I hadn't really heard of. So thanks for answering
All
the question.
slabbed up.
Thanks for not being politically correct about it.
All slabbed up in Leavenworth, Kansas.
Yeah.
Lansing.
Okay.
Flame King.
That's a good spot.
Flame King. I'm putting that in the old data bank right now.
No, it's not. It's not far from me. So maybe if things start to reopen, that
Going to
I'll have
Flame
go check
King,
it.
baby. That sounds good.
All right. Well, Coach Gordon, we'll start with you. We'll kind of start to wrap it up here. Do you have anything else that you wanted to hit on before we get out of here?
No, I had to take off my hat. This is how baseball season's gone. My 8-month-old daughter hasn't seen me enough in a hat this year, so she gets freaked out and starts crying when I don't wear a hat, or when I put on a hat. Excuse me. That's how much baseball we have not played. Other than that, I'm busy with a 4.5-year-old and an 8-month-old, but I cannot wait to get over to Lawrence, beat the Chesty Lions, maybe take Coach Stoll out for a beer afterwards, let him pay. No, just looking forward to getting out there. Appreciate you guys doing what you do weekly, highlighting our athletes and giving us a chance to call in and talk to them. So best of luck to you guys as well.
Thanks, Coach
Awesome,
Stoll.
thanks.
Oh, this is cool, guys. I appreciate you having me on, and it's always fun to banter back and forth with my good friend Coach Gordon and talk some barbecue, because I definitely miss both baseball and barbecue. So this has been fun, and I appreciate you inviting me.
Well, we appreciate you guys taking a little bit of time out of your day to come on and talk to us and
hey,
talk about your
real
kids
quick.
and everything.
Stoll, what is the
Yeah.
name of that place we ate at Springfield, that barbecue place?
Bubba's. If you ever go to
Bubba's.
Springfield, Missouri, go to Bubba's. It'll change your life.
Really?
Yes.
Bubba's in
great.
Springfield.
Yes.
All right, Austin, you're off today. Oh, it's probably closed. I was gonna say you're off today. We can,
Well,
it's
drive
only a
it.
2-hour trip.
Let's go.
How can you go wrong with Bubba's?
What a great name.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
hopefully next time we do something like this, we're gonna be able to be in person.
Yeah.
We'll try to schedule something at Johnny's like we were gonna do before, and I think it'd be more fun. It's always more fun to do it in person rather than over the Zoom stuff or whatever. What are we using Zoom? We're
V-call,
using
whatever. it is.
V-call.
Yeah.
You know, it's always more fun to do it in person. So we appreciate you guys joining us today.
Well, and you know
bet.
the problem with Q39 is I like the barbecue, but it's just too fancy. I don't.
Little
I mean,
uppity, little uppity.
I want the picnic table. You know, Bubba's picnic tables, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys, and we'll talk
Hey,
to
thank you.
later.
All right. Thanks
All right.
again.
Have a
You
good
one.
stay
Thanks, guys.
safe.
See ya.
All right. Awesome. Again, kind of a historic deal there. You know, having two guys on at the same time on the V call was nice.
A couple guys that have a friendly rivalry going, so it's kind of cool to hear them talk about whatever the heck we can talk about right now. You know, so you know, just trying to keep everybody in high spirits while all this stuff's going on. It's kind of crazy. It'll be a few months from now. We'll look back and go, that was terrible. that was awful. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of realize just what you have in your life and how good things were really before everything kind of gets closed off or whatever. So it's awesome to have those guys on and kind of highlight the athletes a little bit and talk about some different stuff.
Yeah, it was. You know, and obviously I got a really good relationship, you know, with Coach Gordon, working with him, and miss kind of seeing him, you know, day-to-day basis. And Coach Stoll interacts on Twitter, and, you know, it's great to meet him, at least, you know, via video right now. And shout out to I do want to shout out the Johnnies at K10 in Ridgeview that was going to actually host our show with them. You know, they were going to feed us that night, and unfortunately that did not get to happen due to COVID-19, but, you know, I still shout them out. So once things are reopened, you know, go visit one of the Johnny's franchises, and, you know, they've been good to us. They hosted a show back in the winter, and we're going to host the second one this spring. So, you know, just shout out to that Johnny's, you know, the whole franchise, but K10 and Ridgeview was where that show was going to be.
Yeah, we'll do our best to make it happen again too. So, I mean, like I said, when all this stuff gets done, we'll get out there and we'll do what we got to do to get a show going again. Like, it's always more fun to have these guys in person rather than over the V call. So, I mean, V call's good and everything, but I like seeing these guys face to face. So.
Yeah, it is good, and I'm glad we have the technology so that we can kind of keep going with the show. But it is a lot harder to interview, somebody over a video deal than seeing them face to face and have them sitting here in the chair next to you.
Yeah, also it'll be nice to actually have some some stuff going on.
Yeah,
current events to talk about. Yeah. So that'll be good too. So
one thing that we did not get to talk about last week on the show with DJ. And that's just once you get DJ on the show, you never know where it's going to go,
which is great.
So which is great. But Gronk did sign with the Bucks, and so we missed that last week. We had it in the show notes, but we were going, and it was such a natural flow that I didn't want to mess it up, and we kind of ran out of time with DJ. But Gronk to the Bucks. What are your thoughts?
So it's just another move by the Buccaneers, kind of saying they're all in on Brady, which they should be. They really should be.
Yeah.
They're kind of getting a little bit of hype, and I would say buy into it for sure. Now, are they for sure going to win a Super Bowl? No. Are they for sure going to be good? Oh yeah. I mean, the Bucs 7-9 last year. Quarterback throws 30 interceptions. Defense is 5th in the league last year, and I mean, just if you turn the ball over that much, you ain't winning a lot of games. So when Tom Brady's a guy that doesn't turn it over, and so with the addition of Gronk, who's like a kind of a go-to guy, especially with how Brady kind of throws the ball now, where he tries to do a lot of short stuff, just because he wants to cut back his release time, blah blah blah. But I'm in. I think Tampa's going to win the division. It's kind of early to call that, but I think Tampa's going to win the division, which is a really good division. But I wouldn't say it's 100% bet the house, but because the Saints are in there, the Saints are really good too, and Atlanta's not a slouch. Really, the quote unquote worst team is Carolina, and even Carolina is going to be solid because they may have got another franchise quarterback in there with Bridgewater, and they got the McCaffrey, the running back. So, but I think for the Bucs to get that, I think it was a good move. I think if Gronk's having the itch. And he feels healthy, I think it's a good move for him too. Also, we had kind of talked to the other day about it. He doesn't have to be the number one target because his last year in New England, he definitely is the one. Now he can be he can kind of be the third. I mean, depending on the scheme, he can kind of be the third in receptions or fourth. Yeah. So it's a good move for the Bucs, I think.
Definitely, I agree with you there with the Buccaneers needing to be kind of all in with Brady right now. I mean, we both have him as the GOAT, but, I mean, he is in his 40s, and we know Father Time catches up with everybody. So, eventually Brady's body is going to begin to break down on him. And so, I mean, I think if you're the Bucs, signing Brady puts you in the conversation of possibly being a Super Bowl contender. I think just having Tom Brady on your team, similar to the way when Montana came to the Chiefs in the early 90s, it immediately gives your team credibility. And then for, Brady, we know had a good relationship with Gronk, and so to get him to come out of retirement, he is still currently the WWE 24/7 champion.
Yeah, I actually say he's going to be defending it too.
So
while the season's going on or something, I don't know if it's going to talk about that. So it's kind of funny, and we'll see how that all works out. But I think it's a good move for both of them,
and I will say this: whatever investment WWE put into Gronk, to bring him in to host WrestleMania and this and that, and then they put that belt on him, and then this happens. I think that's probably best case scenario for them, right? To get some mainstream media attention, because with everybody talking about, Gronk's coming out of retirement, but he had just signed a big deal as a wrestler, and he has a belt, and this and that. So, Vince McMahon, I mean, I don't know that he had that all in the plan when they signed Gronk, but the fact that it worked out that way makes him look really smart.
Yeah, it worked out really good. So, yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. But I got Tampa winning, 11 or 12 games.